Let's talk about permissions. When each APK is installed, it's given its own unique Linux user ID, and each app runs within its own instance of an Android runtime. As a result, each app is completely sandboxed. Its files, processes, and other resources are inaccessible to other apps. This sandboxing approach is used to ensure that, by default, no app can access sensitive data or perform actions that could adversely affect other apps, the OS, or users. Things like accessing the internet, getting a user's location, or reading or modifying the contacts database. Rather than asking the user each time an app tries to access something sensitive, you declare the permissions you require in your app's manifest. You can get a list of all the permissions your app may require here. So why not just ask for all the permissions and never worry about it again? Well, when users install your app on older versions of Android, they are greeted with a dialog listing the permissions you've requested, along with more user-friendly descriptions. Nothing says, "This app was built by hackers who want to steal my data, rob my house, clear out my bank account, and take and share nude pictures of me," like a weather app that wants access to every permission on my device. Since that can be overwhelming to users, starting with Android 6.0 Marshmallow, many permissions are granted without the need for the permissions dialog. Certain sensitive permissions must be acknowledged by the user when your application is running. The best practice is to request the absolute minimum number of permissions. Every time you need to request a new permission, take it as a flag to stop and consider if there are other alternatives that might achieve the same goal. For example, in Android you can launch the Camera app and ask it to take a picture on your behalf rather than having to access the camera directly.